How you doing? It's been a little bit. Now, I guess something I should say real quick is I'm not experimenting. I'm using a new headset and microphone, so I don't know how the audio quality is going to sound with this one. This is my first time using it, so it might be shit, it might be better, or who knows, there may not even be a noticeable difference. But anyway, okay, so I did title this video, cruise ship episode 4, I think this would be it, but I'm gonna be a little bit honest with you. It's kind of a dick move, but I am kind of clickbaiting you here for a second because I feel like the majority of my subscribers aren't really noticing much of, well, not much, but some things that I've showcased on Minecraft before, and they're only kind of fixated on this big cruise ship here. But the reason why I kind of say it's clickbaiting is because I say it's the cruise ship, so that way you can come along here. But this is for good reason, so don't get too mad at me just yet, because I'm going to fly down over here real quick to kind of show you something real quick. Now, alright, so this is my personal creative map, all put together with the visible builds that I have in the area. And you will, of course, notice that this is the big cruise ship right here in the middle. Now, what I'm going to reveal to you in this video real quick is what you see over here, which kind of looks like a good assortment of roads and buildings and stuff like that between the cruise ship and the Traction City. And, so just to kind of cut straight to the chase, you probably have heard me say alongside the gigantic cruise ship here that I was always going to try to build a little bit of a city section or a small town or something. Try to build my own landmass and try to put buildings on top of it and all that stuff. So this is kind of like the little island that I had built up beforehand to build my modern house. But moving back this direction, you will of course now see everything start to, come into render distance. And I've been spending about the past 2 weeks trying to get about this much of it done. Of course, there's a good assortment of like houses getting built. I've went ahead and tried to build me like a little bit of a company headquarters because I've had ideas or thoughts of making this overall map here you see a kind of like a creative RP community. And I've mentioned this also as well in previous videos that I've kind of had the thought of turning this big map with the cruise ship hiding over there into like a little bit of a community server map that you guys could join and build your own stuff alongside everything else you see here if you so wanted to. But I haven't really gotten any feedback or any, info or messages or comments from anybody regarding this idea. So that's kind of the overall, motive or reason as to why I kind of say I'm clickbaiting you here by saying the video is this, but I'm actually talking about something else. And this is the one and only time I'm doing this, but just kind of figured this would be the only way to get people's attention. I mean, it's kind of a dick move and not a very nice thing to do, but, I mean, you can probably kind of understand my morals as to where I'm going about this. But, I mean, okay, so let's see. Cruise ship's hiding over there, Traction City's over here, and yeah, the Traction City is going to stay. It's actually going to be kind of incorporated with the overall city schematic. I've got my company, HQ, that built the cruise ship and a couple of other vessels kind of sitting right here. My main house is over there. A couple of other houses are being built down that strip. You got a little bit of a kind of a small corner store with a small store with groceries and stuff like that. Then you kind of got yourself what looks to be like a half-assed McDonald's, and it's pretty much just drive-through only. Kind of like the main idea behind that. And then right across the street here, you got like what looks to be a modernistic come-and-go style gas station, which is pretty much exactly what it is. Then you kind of got the big 4-lane main boulevard or main street that's going to kind of go up and down the middle of town or the city. Still haven't built anything that direction. I've got some road going here, which I'm going to build a bit of a structure somewhere in that general area, and this Traction City is going to be kind of like a tourist attraction. Because a fellow friend of mine who's been helping me out on this map every now and again kind of spat out the idea of perhaps making this Traction City a tourist attraction. And then I kind of added the backstory that my company built it for some reason, and now the purpose that they built it for is no longer needed, so now it just kind of sits here as like a small mobile town that can still move whenever it so wants to. But yeah, that's pretty much the story of that. And then kind of going down the street here, I have a car wash going up here, a big old, well, not a big old, not big, but an auto parts store. Then I was going to kind of have like a bit of a car dealership parked next to it. This whole lot would be filled with, car builds, pickup trucks, and SUVs. And then my fellow friend of mine, he was starting to build himself like a big rigs dealership. Because I think he said he's going to put like a facility behind the dealership, and he's going to be kind of like a shipping company, like a a distributor, a shipping, I don't know what the hell, but something. He's got it all figured out back here. Then my latest building that I was going to throw in here was a kind of a hotel or a motel. It's going to be 2, maybe 3 stories. And then this kind of like entire side of the map is going to be dedicated to housing, suburban homes, modern houses, maybe a couple of mansions here and there. And then, of course, I'm going to have to physically landscape a beach here. And the cruise ship the cruise ship is just barely within render distance, so you'll be able to see it from like your back porch if the map renders in far enough. And it's going to get bigger. I'm going to have like a somewhat of a medium-sized like skyline. I'm not going to have like a full-fledged skyscrapers. It's not going to be like New York City. It's going to be kind of more of like a decent-sized town, I guess you could say. Excuse me. So it's not going to be ridiculously huge, but then again, as far as all the streets and stuff are concerned, they are pretty damn big. And the reason for that being is because I have a whole nother map dedicated to vehicle builds. I primarily build big militaristic vehicles or semi-trucks and pickup trucks because I can't really build small cars worth a damn. And most of my rigs are 5 blocks wide, you know, tire, 3-axle block, and then tire. So I made my lanes on my road 7 blocks wide to fit my largest vehicles alongside the side view mirrors that come out the side of them without making contact with anything else on the side of the road. So I definitely upscaled my stuff a lot more compared to probably what other cities you see people make, only their roads being 3 blocks wide. Kind of seems the average as to what I see people make their roads. So, you know, that just kind of is the golden story behind today's video here. I say it's the cruise ship, but it's not about the cruise ship. It's more or less about the city that I have going here. But I guess, you know, if you're wanting to know, I haven't done anything to the cruise ship recently because I've been trying to piece together that town district area. But, you know, I'm kind of hoping that perhaps maybe, you know, I admit to this whole clickbaiting scheme being a really dick move, you know, even for me, but, you know, I'm hoping that, you know, more people might see this video and see what I've got going on. And perhaps more of you might actually kind of want me to start up this community that you can all join, and we can all kind of play together, share our creations, and just kind of make this like the ultimate, you know, creative world. And that way it would be kind of easier for me to like showcase your builds, so it'd all be kind of part of a whole damn crew, if you would like to say that, since the big cruise ship's here, the Traction City's here. And as a little bit of a teaser for a future video that might be coming along here, what you kind of see barely popping into render distance here, you know, that's going to be a video in and of itself here pretty soon. But anyway, so that's pretty much kind of like the whole point of today's video, or this video, in other words. It's just to kind of reveal to you that I want to make a community, but nobody really seems to notice, and I have a small town going up that you'll be able to build stuff in whenever it gets far enough done. So, of course, I know it's mean, but, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. But anyway, I mean, if you stuck around for this long, you know, thank you for at least, you know, seeing what I have to say. If anyone else has already left, they can't even hear me anyway. But anyway, I'm just had to kind of get this off my chest and get it out there. So, without further ado, I've been rambling on too damn long. So, as I always say, I'll say it again, and I'll say it again. You take care, have yourself a nice day, don't do anything stupid, don't do anything I wouldn't do. And I'll see you some other time, whenever that time comes around. Alright, bye-bye.